If you guys have been waiting for a dual motor, all-terrain, solid tire scooter that rides and feels like it has air-filled tires, this is it. The Pegasus has the smoothest ride by far for a solid tire scooter I've tried, and I've tried a bunch. The Pegasus is the 8th dual motor scooter I've reviewed in this price range. So let's dive in and see what it can do, starting off with the speed test. This is the speed test. I've got 3 battery bars missing, so about 75% full. Speed app is open. Let's see how fast I can go, starting with level 1. For mode 1, I got 11 miles per hour. Mode 2, 19. And speed mode 3, the highest level, 28 miles per hour, which is exactly what the scooter is rated for. Now 28 miles per hour, even though quite fast, is actually one of the slowest in this price range. The Pegasus comes with 2 500-watt motors, one in each wheel, and is powered by a 48-volt, 15.6 amp-hour battery that takes 7 to 8 hours for a recharge. Once I charged it up, I found a flat stretch of road to see how quick the scooter could reach 28 miles per hour. The acceleration is a little slow at first for a dual motor scooter. Most brands jump right off the line, but after about 2 seconds, it's like the turbo kicks on and the scooter really gets going, taking 13.66 seconds to reach 28 miles per hour. As far as get up and go, it's slightly above average for this price range. This is the range test. I've got a full battery, pedal assist level 3, my tracking app open, start workout, and I am going to run this test with both motors on, so let's see how far I can go. Here's everything I liked and didn't like about the Pegasus, starting off with the look.
There's a lot of cool looking scooters in this price range, and I gotta say this is one of my favorites.
I've always liked the swing arm suspension design. It stands out and gives a tough and modern look, especially with the paint job. The light blue with black and gray deck is just nice to look at. Now Varla has 2 scooters to choose from. I have reviewed the other one if you want to check it out. The Pegasus comes in one color and is being sold for $1,199. As a bonus, they've thrown in a flexible bike lock, a spare kickstand, deck loop, brake pads, and a multi-tool.
The big old fat tires just give this a very stable and solid feel. I can easily take my hand off this, even going around 20 miles an hour. I mean, it is just a very stable and solid feeling scooter.
25 miles per hour on the Pegasus feels like 10 miles per hour on other scooters. It handles higher speeds very well. There's no shaking or rattling. It's quiet and smooth and very fun to cruise around and play on.
You got a pretty long deck. Putting my feet one in front of the other, it only overlaps about 2 inches. And if I put my right foot up on the fin, I can easily fit both feet one in front of the other. And it is pretty wide, so I've got no complaints with the deck. There is a bunch of standing room.
I also think it looks good. There's no break between the main deck and fin. It's one continuous piece and topped with a silicone pad for traction.
I like the stem. It's almost straight up and down. I've got about a foot between my waist and the LCD screen. And it is tall. It is the perfect height for my 5'11" frame.
A tall and straight stem can make the difference between a comfortable and uncomfortable ride. Some brands angle it towards the deck, which makes the scooter feel small and crowded. That wasn't the case here. There's plenty of room.
I love the handlebars. They are wide. I've got nice control, even when going through some rougher terrain or hopping off a curb. And the grips are fantastic. They just feel nice and expensive.
As you increase in speed, the steering stiffens up. Varla designed the scooter this way to give more stability at higher speeds to limit oversteer. Now the steering is already pretty stiff and does take some getting used to. At first I didn't like it. This is the 3rd scooter I reviewed that has this feature, but now I prefer it, especially at higher speeds. It makes the ride much more stable than other brands.
Most scooters that have tires over 2.5 inches, whenever you turn, they kind of pull you back straight up. They don't like to turn that well. And so turning is always a little bit different or tricky with those types of scooters. I haven't really found that to be true with this one. Now I don't know what they've done, but the handling and turning feels just like a skinny tire scooter.
The Pegasus has 8 by 3.5 inch solid rubber tires, the 2nd widest out of all the scooters I reviewed. When I pulled the scooter out of the box and saw the tires, I was a little bummed because of my experience, when you turn sharp on flat tires, the scooter tends to vibrate and slip, which isn't fun as you can imagine and quite dangerous. That's not the case with this. I was trying to make it shake and couldn't. It's the first fat tire scooter I reviewed that doesn't vibrate when turning. The Pegasus is a full suspension scooter. I wanted to see how it could handle some rough terrain, so I headed off-road.
If for off-road scooters in this price range, this rates up near the top. Those spring shocks are some of the nicer shocks I've seen. Now I can start to feel some rattling in my feet, but man, it is doing a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Once the battery died, my app showed 17.19 miles. I had the scooter maxed out, averaging 27 miles per hour the entire ride, except for the off-road section. I also stopped a lot to mimic city driving, and when accelerating, I punched it every time. I wanted to see what it would do when you really pushed it to the limit, so 17 miles is pretty good for that. Elevation gain was average with 885 feet. There were a couple large hills, but most of the trail was flat. I think I could have gotten another 3 to 5 miles on Mode 3 by not accelerating as fast, and I probably could have reached the rating if I turned off one of the motors. The Pegasus is rated to climb a hill up to a 25% grade.
This is the hill test. It's about a 2-block long hill, around 20 to 22% grade at the steepest. I've got a full battery, speed level 3. Let's see how fast I can make it up. Oh, and it's already kicking butt. Going 13 miles an hour, 14. Really starting to climb here. Holding a 14. I don't think it's gonna go any slower than that. Holding a 14. Oh, got 15. 16, coming up over the top. Holding at 16, 17, 18, and I'm there. 14 miles an hour up that hill is pretty awesome. That has got some great climbing power. And it's rated to climb up to 25%, so I think if you're around my weight, you could even tackle steeper than that. I had no problem with that hill.
Next, let's test the dual disc brakes.
Gonna do a brake test going down the same hill I just came up for the hill test. Gonna reach about 20 to 25 miles an hour in that range and then hit both brakes and see how well they work. Jeez. Yeah, they work very well. I actually let go because I was stopping too quick. You got a lot of surface on those tires and that just grips very well. You have a lot of traction. And I stopped halfway down the hill, so I'm still on a pretty good slope now. But they were nice and smooth, no squeaking, no noises, so very good brakes.
Next is an overview of the LCD screen and pad.
Okay, yeah, 3 buttons here on the pad. This one here with the M on it is the power button. And that displays your battery life, speedometer, speed mode, and total odometer. If you hit the M button, that cycles through trip odometer, voltage, current, time, and total odometer. If you hold down the top arrow, that turns on the lights, and you'll see the light icon light up. To switch between dual and single motor, just hold down that button there. When you see the max, that means that both motors are on. To access the P menu, hold down both the top and the bottom. And then P1 is your screen brightness, and I have that set to the highest level. And as you can see, it's a sunny day and you can see it just fine. P2 is your units, so you can do kilometers or miles per hour. P4 is the time off. You can set when the scooter will turn off if left dormant. Right now it's set to 5 minutes. P8 is the power. You can set this to a lower power output. I have had it at 100% for this review. P9 is the start mode. You can set it to a kickstart or 0 start. P16 is the odometer reset, and 17 is the cruise control.
The Pegasus comes with an IP54 rating, which means it's protected against dust and splashing. It weighs 66 pounds and can carry a rider up to 280. Varla offers a 2-year warranty, free shipping in the lower 48, and it ships within 3 days. Overall, here's what you can expect if you ride hard and am around my weight of 185 pounds. A top speed of 28 miles per hour. A pretty quick acceleration taking just over 13 seconds to reach that speed. Range is decent when the scooter is flat out, reaching 17 miles. If you treated it nicer than I did, I bet you could squeeze another 3 to 5 miles on the highest speed mode. Hill climbing ability is very nice. I took it up a 22% grade at 14 miles per hour, which is one of the fastest times up that hill. And brakes are smooth and powerful, stopping me in less than 20 feet while heading down the same hill I came up for the hill test. The Pegasus has kind of changed my feeling towards solid tire scooters. I don't hate them as much anymore. Not only was this comfortable on chip seal road and sidewalks, it kicks butt off-road, and that's why I feel comfortable recommending it. I've got the link in the description if you want to pick it up. I've also got my website link in there too. There you can find all my reviews sorted by price and capability. Before you go, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for the latest in electric bike, board, and scooter reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.